Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Another look at ICP, seeing what's going on here. Apologies, it's been a few days since we last covered this, but at this point, what we want to look at is, well, this descending trend, our key level support here, and this liquidation range too. So we do have a lot of liquidation on the downside, if I recall correctly, and we may see that start to occur or hit. We can see a previous daily candlestick closures. We got multiple closures and or candle wicks down as low as 680. So we can presume 680 is somewhat of a support range for us, but presuming never helps, all right? We always want to look at the data and kind of double check from there. And we don't want to make an ass out of you and me. Oh wait, that's assuming. Oh geez, okay, big difference, right? Anyways, that's also called sarcasm. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the liquidation levels in the back and kind of see what's going on. Double check a few key factors here and see what's up. Quick congrats to our community though. I want to say thank you again for the awesome feedback. We did take an ICP short a couple weeks ago, hit 40% target there on, and then of course Solana from 5 days ago and Near Protocol from 5 days ago for 47 and 35%. So our shorts are firing on all cylinders. While we do have a long position open with Dogecoin, watch my video on that if you're curious why I took that trade. For the most part, expecting the market to continue lower in the overall sense, right? Most things are looking pretty bearish. Let's double check the back end data here first to see what's going on. Starting with liquidation, first things first, 6.5 is that local area of potential liquidation. In other words, in the last 7 days, we see a larger concentration there. We look at the macro. While I don't subscribe to low $6 as a reality, I think it's a possibility, okay? And the reason why is because if Bitcoin, just say, runs to 65, 63K, I think ICP is going to dump. Now, again, I don't think it's going to be a significant pullback, but just know these things exist. And losing 680 would imply that 650 and $6 is possible. Anyways, just know from a liquidation standpoint, there's a lot down there. The one thing you need to recognize from a liquidation standpoint here that is extremely important is when you have your liquidation delta too high, or in this case too low for too long, there's a reversal that typically happens. So my speculation is we will see a relief recovery. I'm expecting that for Bitcoin. So if you do take a look at Bitcoin's liquidation delta, it is significantly high, or of course low, depending on how you want to word it. But the amount is too much. We are 8 billion in liquidation delta as of 2 hours ago. So that's just way too much in my personal opinion. And generally speaking, when you see that happen, the price will relieve itself or recover. But again, it's really hard to say at this point. It's just purely speculation. And I can tell you, generally speaking, if this stays too high for too long, it will inevitably reverse itself. Okay, so just know that's a possible reality. We see open interest here. Most people are in ICP in the last week at about the $8 mark, which is very unfortunate because, obviously $8 didn't hold. That is that macro point of control too, so keep that in mind. That is an area of retracement. So I'll draw out our fib levels later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and quickly look at the basics, the more important stuff, and kind of go from there. First things first, we're below all moving averages. And what do you know? You're not supposed to take a long into the face of such resistance. You want to be back up above those levels to be able to have any legs to stand on. So the truth is the 20-day SMA is working fairly concurrent with the descending trend. That's generally the concept. That's why you see ascending or descending trends on my charts, just because they kind of signify what side of the tracks you're on. We're on the bear side of the tracks. There's no other way around it. The price action is more likely to go down than up at this point. However, as I've already discussed, we got a lot of considerations for the price action to recover based on overextension. Roll with me here. First of all, let's look at the daily time frame. Recognize we're getting closer to 30 on the RSI. That could be a pivot point, but generally speaking, this is a bearish sign. No matter how you look at it, even though we see our money flow index increasing a little bit, we are not in a good position right now. Okay, there's nothing here on the daily time frame that looks beneficial. So what do you do in situations like that? Well, you don't take a long into that. Okay, it makes no sense. While the probability of the price recovering and bouncing from here is quite high, just based on an overextended standpoint, we look at TD sequential here on the 4 hour. We hit an overextended 9 relief rally for about 12 to 16 hours. Now we're heading back down. Bitcoin has a very similar scenario here, only it's consolidating better than ICP. ICP is dumping harder and faster than Bitcoin. Okay, when you see that correlation between the two coins, that's generally not favorable. You don't want to take a long into that, okay? So I know I can only say don't take a long so many times in one video. I'll probably hit my max today. The concept remains true. Even though we're hitting 30 on the RSI, commonly a pivot point for most coins, the likelihood of that is pretty low to see a recovery here, okay? Again, everything's screaming bearish divergence, so do you take a short into that? Probably not. I don't think the profit margin is high enough to want to warrant a short into a key level support. Makes no sense. But taking a long at support because that's the only thing that's there and everything else is telling it's going to go down is also a bad idea. So the consensus here is that we're truly bearish on 4-hour on the daily time frame, likely the hourly as well, and there's no reason to take it long. And I think we're too darn low to take a short too. I think we're kind of late to the party. What we want to look for is a closure above 740 or higher. That would put us above the cloud. Conversion lines above the baseline. We've got a moderate amount of momentum here, but the lagging span is not free and clear. So there's it's just a big mess. There's no reason to take a trade of this coin right now. So I know you're probably a long-term holder. That's why you're watching. And the truth is ICP should recover in time, but it's also been a very significantly underperforming coin the last couple of months. So until we break free from some significant thresholds on the macro, which I can highlight on our playout chart here shortly, there's no reason to take a position right now, okay? And that goes for both directions. So I would just sit on your hands and wait. Dollar cost average wherever possible. 680 seems like a logical place. 650 and $6 even based on liquidation. Those are generally good places to dollar cost average, okay? All right, that's what we got there. Last but not least, if you're part of my community, you'll know probably by now that we have a progressive prize pool with Bitunix. 60K in rewards. We're already up to $6,000 prize pool based on volume. So it seems pretty likely we're going to be able to hit our volume target. So if you're in the top 20, you get some kind of a percent of that 60K. So awesome stuff. Check it out. Link down below for that. If you've used my link to register in the past, you're automatically eligible. Just make sure you enroll now. I think there's an option to jump on in there, and it's all there for you. All right, folks. Thanks again for your time. Look forward to seeing the next one. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.